It's time for another Sweet Thursday. We're going to be making two different things today. Hello family, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I am Vicki and you're with Grammy in the kitchen. So every Thursday I try to put out something sweet, something we make homemade with real ingredients. If that is something you're interested in, please subscribe. I would love to have you part of the Grammy family. And while you're at it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. So we're going to be making, it's a peanut butter no bake energy balls. I was talking about this last week when we got our Azure order and we bought 5 pounds of flaxseed. And this is flaxseed in the whole form, but we do need to grind it up. I have a half a cup of flaxseed in the smoothie blender. I'm going to blend that up really well. I have the oven coming up to temperature to 350 degrees. I know family, it's a no bake energy balls, but I want the coconuts to be toasted. So I have 2/3 cups of unsweetened coconut that I'm just going to stick in the oven for about 10 minutes. Every minute or two, we're going to give it a good toss. Make sure they're toasting evenly. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is a half a cup of flaxseed. And I believe it's going to be more than a half a cup of ground flaxseed. But let me put this in the smoothie blender and give it a good whirl. And that's it. So I have the small baking sheet with parchment paper. So I'm going to put the coconut, the shredded coconut. Like I said, that is 2/3 of a cup. Let's go ahead and get that in the oven and start getting that toasted. So this is a natural peanut butter. I get them by a case of 6 from Azure Standard. And you can use almond butter. I know Barbara uses almond butter because Gabriel does have peanut allergies, so she does not do peanut butter. She just does almond butter. So we need a half a cup of peanut butter, but we need to stir this oil back in here. This takes about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. That looks good. So in this bowl we need 1 cup of oats. We need a half cup of the ground flaxseed. Like I said, it did do a little bit more than a half a cup, but that's okay. We need a half a cup of chocolate chips. And I am using mini chocolate chips because I think it'd be cute. We need a half a cup of peanut butter. And the coconut has toasted probably a little bit darker than I needed. That probably took less than 5 minutes. All right, in goes the peanut butter. A 1/3 cup of honey. Let's mix that in while we're waiting on the coconut to cool down just a bit. Let's add a teaspoon of vanilla. And I have some raw sunflower seeds. I'm going to put a 1/4 of a cup just for a little bit extra nutrients, protein, whatever they offer. Stump our coconut. Let's get everything mixed together. You want to make sure your nut butter, in my case it's peanut butter, and the honey is evenly distributed through this mix. So you get peanut butter and honey with every little bite. All right, that is all we're going to do. Oh, family, that is so good. And now we need to put this in the refrigerator and let it refrigerate for a minimum of 2 hours so that honey and the peanut butter can harden up a bit, so it'd be easier to shape it into balls. All right, let me go ahead and get everything cleaned up. And then we're going to make our second item for the Sweet Thursday. So I went to North Carolina this past weekend, and I can tell you right now, it was a pleasure visiting Amanda without her being in the hospital. She's doing a lot better. She still has to go to the hospital every day to get an antibiotic infusion. She has one of those ports that goes in her neck right here that goes straight to her heart. Goes through veins or arteries or whatever they are, goes straight to the heart. And then she gets daily infusions of antibiotics. She's got to do that for a minimum of 6 weeks. At least she's not in the hospital. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. For all of y'all out there who have prayed for her, kept her in your thoughts, I appreciate it, and I know she does too. But while we were there, my son and Amanda and myself, we went and picked some blueberries. I found a place that was close to their home that was doing you pick blueberries, or you can buy some that they already picked. So we ended up picking 3 gallons. Amanda might have kept 3/4 of a gallon. She wants to make pancakes. She's going to dehydrate some, put a few in the freezer. And I ended up bringing the rest home. My son didn't want any. He wants the results from the blueberries, the jellies and stuff like that. So when we make jelly, don't worry, you're going to come along with us. We got to make sure we give CJ some jelly for his time for helping us pick the blueberries. But I ended up putting 2 cup measures in a sandwich Ziploc bag, and I have these in a gallon size Ziploc bags in the freezer. This is the only one I kept out. And we ended up with 16 2-cup measures. And we ended up with one that's only at 1.5 cups. We have 15 2-cup measures and 1.5 cup measures in the freezer. And we have a 2-cup measure right here. So we're going to be making blueberry muffins. I have the oven still heated on 350 degrees. Let's go ahead and get everything together so we can get these in the oven and we can enjoy a delicious homemade, hand-picked blueberries. So I have 1.25 cups of sugar in this bowl. In here I have a 1/2 cup of milk. We need to add 1 egg. We need a teaspoon of vanilla. Whisk that together. To the sugar, I need to add 1 stick or a 1/2 cup of butter. Should have took this out earlier, but I did not. And to help it along, I'm just going to cut them up into smaller pieces. They are shooting fireworks in my neighborhood. I do want to get that mixed in really well since the butter is not softened. I'm going to be like Amanda when we were over there this past weekend and use my hands. I could bring out the hand mixer and beat this really well. Or I could put it in a stand mixer. Just going to use my hands. We want to get that all nice and creamed together where we don't have any big chunks at all. Kitchen's oldest tool is the hands of the cooks. I'm just going in there and just squeezing it between my fingers and my palm. Make sure that's well distributed with the sugar. Okay, that looks good. Get all the goodness off the fingers. Let me wash my hands really quick. Let's go ahead and add the milk, egg, and vanilla. Mix that in really well. Oh, it was supposed to be 2 eggs. I forgot one. We need 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. I'm going to beat that together. Grammy's making a mess. Just trying to tidy up just a bit. And now we're going to add 2 cups of blueberries. You can use frozen or fresh. Since I just picked these 2 days ago and got them divided up into bags, and I left one in the refrigerator. This is a fresh blueberry, and the others are in the freezer. I want to make sure that blueberries are evenly in this mix so we get a plump blueberry all through our muffins. That looks good. This is the 12 count muffin tin. We can go ahead and fill up each paper liner. I'm probably, if I had to guess a measurement, I would say it's probably about a 1/3 cup measure. If this is going to take more than this 12, I'll go ahead and pull out the 24 count pan just so I can bake them all at one time, and I believe it will. Let's just pause it right now. When I was deciding on making blueberries tonight, I was going, okay, do I use the 24 count? Do I use the 12 count? Which one should I use? Something told me, because in my instructions, I didn't write how many muffins you get, but if I'm not mistaken, it's 15. All right, let's keep going. Where's the one that had the little bit in there? Let's see, I think it was this one. Okay, let's resume. It is a very thick batter. Too much in that one. It looks like I'm going to get 16. So the next time we make this, y'all need to remind me, we get 16. Just add a little bit more to each one. All right, that looks good. So we have 16. So I have some sugar. I just want to do a little sprinkle right here on the top. Now in my instructions, I don't have a time on how long this takes. I'm gonna put them in the oven for 20 minutes and see if they're done. We wanna make sure a toothpick inserts in the center, comes out clean, but I will let you know the final time once we take these out. A 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. And then we'll adjust the time accordingly. Now this is a perfect time for me to get some dishes done, get my flaxseed, oatmeal, and coconut back into the pantry, get this kitchen a semi-reset while they are cooking, and I'll bring you right back. So they cooked for 20 minutes and they were not done, so I extended it for another 10 minutes. They still weren't quite done. Then I extended it for another 5 minutes. So they've been in the oven for 35 minutes. And I want to test it for doneness. Now if your toothpick comes out blue, that's only because we're using blueberries. We just don't want no batter on them. They are done. Oven off. We're going to let them sit in the pan until they completely cool off. In the meantime, we can work with the energy balls. I did put it in a glass dish with a lid. And we're just going to use the same parchment paper we use to toast the coconuts. So we're going to make ours probably a little bit smaller than a golf ball. So I just scooped up one in my hand and I'm mashing it together really well so it'd be a nice firm energy ball. Alright, so we just need to go through and do this whole mixture. And this mixture actually doubles and triples very well. It's very, very, very sticky, but that's okay. The recipe, I'll leave in the description below of the one that Barbara suggested us to make. And it says it'll make 20 to 25 energy balls, and I guess that just depends on how big or how small you make them. Now the recipe did not call for sunflower seeds. That is just something I added because I had them in the house. And I love sunflower seeds. But these do not roll very easy because they're sticky. So I'm just smashing them between my fingers and my palm and using the other hand, as the fingers from the other hand, to just form it together. That one's going to be a little wonky, but that's okay. So we ended up with 19 energy balls. Let's go ahead and get our muffins out. Look at all those blueberries. It's beautiful. So this recipe took 35 minutes to cook. And we ended up with 16 blueberry muffins. I need to write that in my recipe book. So we have 16 blueberries from fresh blueberries that we picked the other day when I was in North Carolina. Plus we have some energy balls that I've been wanting to make. That's the reason I bought the flaxseed, so I can grind it up and make a delicious energy no-bake balls with sunflower seeds. But I'm going to take this wonky one. I want to taste it. Family, that is really good. The peanut butter and the chocolate. You can taste that coconut. You can taste the toasted coconut. And the sunflower seeds just put it over the top. So now that we have these in balls, these has to go into the refrigerator until they get a little hard, maybe another 2 hours. Then we can put them in a Ziploc bag, keep them in the refrigerator, and we can snack on these within a week. I believe you can freeze them. Yeah, you can freeze them for up to 3 months. And once they get hard, I'll put those in a large Ziploc bag. But let's try a very warm blueberry muffin. I love blueberries. Blueberry cobbler, oh, so good. Blueberry jam. Blueberry everything. This is going to be super hot. Oh, family, I just want you to see this. Look at all those blueberries in there. So beautiful. This is a quick breakfast, a snack, or a dessert. That sugar we sprinkled on the top has crystallized, adds a little crunch right there on the top. They're not overly sweet. They're just the right amount of sugar. Family, that is so good. So I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. As we did another delicious Sweet Thursday. We made some peanut butter no-bake energy balls. We used peanut butter, but you can use any nut butter you like. You can use almond. You can use that sunflower butter. You can use any kind of nut spread that your family enjoys and make it delicious to fit your family. We made some blueberry muffins, and I need to write that on my recipe sheet on 16 muffins, 35 minutes. Y'all remember that to remind me the next time we make blueberry muffins. But I can't wait till we get back in the kitchen together and make another delicious meal, do a grocery haul, or another Sweet Thursday. Until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye, family. Husband's gonna be surprised we got blueberry muffins. Oh my gosh, so good. If you saw the video, no. Well, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hold on 1 second, family. 6, 7, no, oh goodness. He popped in from one to another.